In the last video, I ranked all of the Resident Evil 2 Remake bosses from worst to best, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking them from easiest to hardest. So, let's not waste any more time, spoiler warning for the entire game of Resident Evil 2 Remake, and let's begin. In the 7th place, I have Infected Sewer Alligator, and if you think this boss is difficult, I don't know, go play on assisted difficulty, because this fight, all you need to do is dodge 2 attacks and press your mouse button once and he's dead. So I think one of the simplest and easiest fights in the entire series of Resident Evil, and there's nothing more to say. In the 6th spot I have G Stage 5, and it's kind of similar. The only difference is there's a wall of flesh moving and you need to just hold your button shooting your weapons, just empty out your ammo and just go back if he's pushing you back. There's nothing really special, and the only reason I chose it over Infected Sewer Alligator to be in the 6th spot is because at least you have to shoot at it more than once and actually fight him. Don't ask, both of them are easy. In the 5th spot I have G Stage 4, and even though in the last episode as I said, it's a very fun and cool fight, it doesn't provide any real challenge, because all you do is empty out your minigun and just shoot his remaining health bar with your other ammunition, and the only scary part is his attack, where he at first crawls at you slowly and that gets faster every time. You might get caught off guard by him, and other than that, nothing really difficult. But unlike the last 2 bosses, you actually do have to dodge and run around to kill them. In the 4th spot I have G Stage 1, and unlike the last bosses on this list, it does actually keep up the pressure on you, because he always chases you, and you do actually need to bait out his attacks to be able to find openings to shoot at him, because if you just shoot him, he's gonna hit you because he's always on your tail. And I do think it makes the fight a bit harder, because he can hit some objects that let out a mist, let's call it that way, I don't know, that makes it so he could become hidden and you need to find him by listening for the sounds, and if you don't, you're gonna get punished, and then you need a knife or a grenade or a flash grenade to be able to not get damaged. And even though in terms of difficulty this fight is definitely not difficult, the competition up to this point is so low that I do truly believe that it deserves the 4th spot. Now we finally came to top 3, and in the top 3 we have G Stage 2, and this fight is a jump up in difficulty from the last fights, because you do actually need to do a certain mechanic, and it is that your weapons can only stun the boss, and what you need to do is press the button, move the cargo, shoot at him, stun him at the right spot, and then press the button again, and while he's stunned, the cargo is gonna come back with force and hit him off, but you need to do it twice. Now if you are hunting for achievements, you can do it by stunning him multiple times and hitting him off from the first hit, but I'm not gonna get into that. As well, the other difficulty is the arena itself is quite small. Some of my commenters said that. I agree. It is quite small, but if you're lucky with his attacks where he leaps or does a plunge or a stab attack, you can actually just dodge by running to the side that his arm is on, the side to the weaker arm, if that makes sense. And there's nothing more about it, but I do think the smaller arena and the fact that you actually cannot kill him and you need to stun him and use the button makes the fight deserving of the 3rd spot. In the 2nd spot I have G Stage 3, and this fight is maybe, you could say, debatable between the 3rd and the 2nd spot, but in my experience I think this is deserving of the 2nd spot. Mostly because, yes, the arena is bigger, but at the same time it's still very narrow, because it's X-shaped, so you cannot run around as freely, you can get easily cornered, and I think what makes this fight truly harder is two things. One is his jump attacks. It's very difficult to dodge it because you need to either be far away from him or you need to duck under him. That's what worked for me. And if not, then most of the time you're gonna die or be very low HP after that grab. And the second thing, what makes it hard is the fact of his health bar. So if, for example, you're on a Leon run, at at the end of the fight, all you have is a flamethrower, and what's the problem with it is it kind of has a bad... It is weak on stunning enemies. So basically the boss is just gonna walk through it, so you have much less windows to actually attack him. So the fight is hard because spacing is important and you can get punished severely for not having your pacing done well. And the top spot, the number one place, of course, it's Super Tyrant. And it's not as clear as it might look, because I do think with some more playthroughs the fight has gotten easier. But I'm still gonna put it in the first place because the arena is very small. When you enter the arena, most of the times, especially on hardcore, you don't have much ammunition. Most of the time you just have a pistol ammo, so you're gonna have trouble with that. And because of the small arena, most of his attacks will hit you and you won't be able to run around him. And there is a few tactics that I use that are able to dodge most of his attacks, but it's still very difficult. And the debris make the fight even harder because it makes the space even smaller. Now you can use the rocks to your advantage because he will, if he walks through them, he's gonna break them. So it kind of wastes his time if you're going for a win with the clock strategy. But still, I think after you finally get the rocket launcher, you kill him easily. But to get to the launcher, especially on the first fight, my heart was kind of beating from the adrenaline because the fight is tough, especially if you're doing it the first time. And I think it's just tough because of the arena, and even though it's simple, it's very hard to get around him, and that difficulty pushes this boss fight to the number one spot. So this was my list. If you disagree, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. And I do think this game again is perfect in terms of what Resident Evil game should be. I really enjoyed it. The boss fights are cool as well. And I think this is gonna wrap up the Resident Evil 2 Remake chapter on my channel. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.